What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? In Pampas, Cole, John, what's going on? When's the new patch? No dates quite yet. We're still waiting. There's still more reveals. There's a new hero to be revealed still. There is all of the feature updates, and there's going to be quite a few changes, I guess. All that stuff will be revealed as well. What's going on, Douglas? How you doing? I'm doing good. I've had kind of a long day already. I got an early start today with the yard work. It was kind of a rough Sunday morning wake up. Anyway, y'all, gonna just go through and farm up some maps. I think gonna do some endless spires. Maybe some royal gardens, and then I really need to do mines and lava mines again. Yeah, the house is definitely a fixer-upper. It's got lots of work to do. Why don't we start off at spires here? Faustus, what's up? What's up? So we're Massacre Hardcore Rifted. Feel free to hop on in and join me, y'all. But yeah, it's a fixer-upper. It's about five acres, so it's a big property. It was used, the previous owner used it for, he had cows and horses, and it's quite obvious he hasn't given a shit about the place in many years, to be honest. It's just, it's definitely beat up, but I mean, it was something that was in our price range, and it met all of the requirements that we were looking for. Like my wife wanted the property. I wanted to be close to civilization. And it meets all of those requirements that we were looking for. And I mean, it's long term. It will be really nice, but we just got to put a lot of work in, you know. So we plan on being here for probably the rest of our lives, actually. We plan on being here. Going on there, Kedro? How you doing? Let's see. Do we want beams first? Let's go with the towers first. How are we gonna do this? How many do we want? What do we got? We got 81 DU. 8 would be 64. You know what? Let's just go one line of them. Let's go 9. I don't feel like I put enough in the middle. I think I normally go 3 this way. Am I going to run out? I think I'm going to run out of DU, huh? Yeah. Oh, no! I jumped into hole. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things we got though, Doug. The like every day you look back at what you've done for the day, and it's just so much progress, you know. So that is definitely we are feeling that for sure. Actually, that was fine, huh? I have 1 DU left over. Actually, I can just blow it. I can blow it on a reflect. Something like that. Let's get our gas traps back. All Riftalicious here. All Riftalicious. What gemstone I got? I got a speedy going. That will be fine. And we got 1,200 left. Might as well dump it into some of this. And I think we're going to be good here. Who we got? We got a full group. We got Keydril. We got Lidrian. I don't know. I'm going to massacre that name. What is it? Litorina? And we got Elmer. Well, you know, no shortage of grind. Currently working through campaign after your first character wiped from beta. Currently on Act 2 on Insane. Very nice. Grats. I'm actually gonna, I think I'm gonna do a new playthrough with the new heroes when they drop. Do just Warden and whatever the new one. Oh! Well, welcome there, Douglas. Jacob, what's up? TZW, hello. How's everybody's Sunday going? We are going to have some badass yummies out on the grill tonight, I think. I'm not sure yet. We're going to have a really good dinner tonight, though. And I'm all about the good dinner, let me tell you. I debated on doing new DD2 progression in 2021, going through the new player progression through the chaos tiers, but it's going to be exactly the same as the last one. That's the thing, you know, people are talking about how the changes are so drastic. They're really not. One defense had a big change to it, and the rest of the game is exactly the same. So it would kind of be repeating old content, to be honest. So I'm still got mixed emotions. I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. As far as videos go, obviously, as far as playing grind games go, I'm real good at doing the same thing over and over again. I think DDA has more potential than DD2. DD2 was crippled right from the beginning. DD2 was not created by game developers. It was created by a finance company. So it just doesn't have the passion put into it that Dungeon Defenders 1 or Dungeon Defenders Awakened has. Dungeon Defenders Awakened is the future of the franchise, 100%. Without any doubts. DD2 is a great game, don't get me wrong. But I mean, it's a great game that I personally have already logged many, many thousands of hours into, so there's just nothing else to do. You know, you get to that point. I mean, you don't play a game just to keep playing it. Play a game because it's entertaining you, you know? When it stops entertaining you, it's time to play something else. No. DDA, I think, is a probably a funding project for DD3. It's definitely not a placeholder. If they can turn DDA into a successful franchise, which, I mean, it's already generated some nice revenue for them, you know? DD2 wouldn't have gotten that update if it wasn't for DDA and the revenue gains that it brought. But, I mean, as long as DDA is a success and they, you know, as long as it's profitable, as long as they make more money than they put into it, then that extra money is going to definitely go to getting DD3 started. What's going on there, Muffin? How you doing? So, I mean, it's in everyone's best interest to want good things for DDA, even people who don't play the game. If you're a fan of the Dungeon Defenders franchise, you should want good things to happen with DDA because every other Dungeon Defenders game is relying on it. You know? That's what I don't get, some of the shit talking people out there. I mean, if you're not enjoying a game, don't play the game, you know? But if you're not enjoying it, that doesn't mean someone else can't, you know? And there's a lot of shaming out there. I'm doing good there, Taco. I'm ready for a chill Sunday, man. Well, there will always be haters, but there doesn't always have to be assholes, you know? The problem is our hater to asshole ratio is not in sync. I mean, there's lots of games out there that I don't like, but I don't just try to discourage other people from playing it because I don't like it. If you like something and I don't like it, well, you should play the damn game, you know? I mean, obviously, if I like something, I'm gonna share my opinions on that. And but if somebody else doesn't like it, I don't care. You know, there's quite a few games out there I absolutely adore. I can tell you the two games that I'm the most excited about right now is Orcs Must Die 3 and the Rift Breaker. Feels slow? Well, I mean, it is a grind game. Just like all Dungeon Defenders games, it's a massive grind fest. So if you're not into grind games, then Dungeon Defenders games won't really be for you. Well, I mean, the Summit is realistically the hardest Nightmare hardcore map in the bracket. I mean, on paper, Glitterhelm has got higher difficulty mobs, but I mean, Summit's got the boss mechanic and the big map and all that stuff, so. Don't be ashamed if you can't beat it, man. Just go back, change your build, and try again. The main thing is don't do the same thing. If your build isn't working, then don't do that. Change it up. The enemies, you know, I've heard that from many people, and it's exactly like Dungeon Defenders 1 Nitro. The enemies move way, way faster than they do in Dungeon Defenders 2. Nightmare mode, the enemies get a speed boost. They literally run out of the entrances so fast that they're hard. I mean, you can't outrun them. They're faster than you move, you know? It's tied to difficulty, though. Like it's exactly like DD1. So when you first start playing, the mobs move slower, and then as each difficulty, the mob speed goes up. But yeah, they get screaming. When you get into Nightmare and Massacre mode, they get absolutely screaming. Well, I mean, look at the map. Look at that top right lane. That is a long distance those enemies are covering in that just a couple of seconds. Well, I mean, no one's had enough stat to hit a limit yet, man. Dungeon Defenders Awaken is like DDA. It doesn't really work like that. It doesn't have those caps. DD2 has all those speed caps because it's server side. The game can't handle shooting faster, you know? So that's why the game has all those speed caps. So there's diminishing returns where it takes more and more and more and more stat to increase the speed faster and faster. But no one has had enough, there's not enough stat. You can't get enough rate to get to any sort of a cap. It gets to the point where, you know, like 1,000 points, is just not going to get you very far because the diminishing returns are so huge. Well, we're never going to see the speed values that we saw in DD1, I don't think. Because remember, the game's got to run on the Switch. The Switch won't be able to handle that. I mean, I don't think anything will ever get moving that quick, you know, as far as the tower's attack speed. Oh, I hear you, man. There's nothing more glorious than watching those harpoons go in DD1. The straight line. It's like you could jump on it and run up it. They're so connected. Each individual harpoon, they're fired so fast. It's like the most glorious thing ever. I love LTs, man, so I wouldn't complain about that one bit there, Keydrill. LTs are just not what they are in DD1. DD1, they're the most badass things ever, you know? You can, Nitro. You just got to do the first map. You got to watch my videos, man. I covered all that. Like a standard playthrough for a Dungeon Defenders veteran should be hard mode, which means you do one map on medium, that unlocks hard. Then you go and do Deeper Well on hard mode. I mean, if you want to try it on Insane, you can do the same thing. You would just have to do Deeper Well 3 times. Like if you're a brand new player, I mean, look at my playthroughs. I always skip to hard mode every time. I don't skip to Insane. I think that's a little too much. Insane is for people who want to punish themselves, and I want to have fun. I don't really want to punish myself. It's not that kind of game for me. For me, it's a casual strategy game where you're collecting, you know, you're farming rare collectibles is what game it is for me. But so I personally play it on hard mode, but yeah, you play Deeper Well once on medium, that unlocks hard mode. Then you go back to Deeper Well on hard mode and it'll allow you to play right through. Man, a bunch of poo, huh? That's actually not bad for an active hero, maybe. But I can't think of an active hero that you would want a primitive set on, to be honest. Yeah, but Nightmare is locked. You have to be level 70 to do Nightmare. Nightmare wouldn't be possible as a starter. There's zero chance of that. What's up, Theoden? I mean, there's just no way you would survive Nightmare. I mean, Insane is pretty rough. Starting with level 1 heroes. What's going on there, Brenton? How you doing? But yeah, Nightmare would be just crazy grueling. What crappy rolls on that? Just got home from work. Nice. Nice to be home, I bet there, Theoden, huh? And what else did I say I wanted to do? I wanted to do Royal Gardens. And then both of those. Actually, we can do all 3 of Act 1. I do have limited time today, though. How much time we got? Oh, we got plenty of time. We're just getting started. Let's go ahead and do a Royal Gardens. Well, yeah, just, I mean, it's easy peasy. You know, wherever you've progressed to through medium, you can swap right over to insane on that exact map. Or on you can swap right over to hard on that exact map. There's another character too, Ryan. The Warden's just one of them. The Warden's just the returning hero that's been revealed. There's another one coming. Yeah, RNG is a bitch. Don't take you striking over there while I'm trying to build. RNG hates us all there, Kuba. It depends on what your definition of good is too. Or what your expectations are. I mean, if you're trying to get like a top 1% piece, it's going to take you 1,000 runs. You know? So you have to have the realistic expectation in there too. That's the game. It's a game of farm and rare loot, you know? If that's the type of game that motivates you, then you're going to love the game. All there is to it. Best chest is 345. That's not terrible, man. I mean, the level of effectiveness that you would get out of a higher tier chest is like very, very little compared to that, you know? What do we got? We got a bunch of DU left, huh? Shit, I should have started in the middle, huh? I would love it if they buffed LTs, though. That would be amazing. What's going on there, random person? Your highest drop is 401. That's pretty good, man, especially if it's a fusion piece. Getting any fusion piece over 400 is pretty damn lucky, you know? That's for damn sure. You wish the multiplayer was a little more open? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, there's always matches going. And then around updates, of course, the player base spikes way up. We do need to update. I agree. Move this one back just a little bit. Come on, damn it. Let's see. We need what? We need some beams. Not gonna be able to take that all the way up. I don't have all the mana. Well, I mean, that's just... You gotta play the game first. You can join through your friends list. Make some friends if you want to get carried. If you're not at that tier yet, then, I mean, that's kind of standard gating, you know? That's normal for... I mean, it's not near as bad as it is in DD2. And you can always join through friends, you know? You gotta make some friends, man. Here, we'll put one of these down. I never use these things. Well, I'm playing public multiplayer right now, and I haven't had that issue. It doesn't matter, Keydril. You can use anything you want. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be good, no matter what. Or maybe I'm just being arrogant now. Am I just being arrogant? Well, I mean, there's lots of places to meet people, you know? I mean, you'll meet tons of people to play DDA with if you're active in any Dungeon Defenders Discord server. You know, my Discord, the DD Discord. There's quite a few Discord servers out there, you know? But I mean, you gotta make an effort to meet people, or you're not gonna meet people. People aren't gonna come to you, you know? Or just play public games. If you play public games, you're gonna just naturally meet people. You know, if you don't want to, if you just want to play and don't want to mess around with Discord or any of the outside things, just play public games and be friendly. You know? That's the key. Got to be friendly. Living lucky didn't live too lucky down there, did he? Exclamation Discord in chat, Nitro. We'll get you a link to my Discord server. Well, I mean, then tell him to shut it there, Ahmed. Tell him to learn from you. I mean, that all comes down to it. If you got a friend that's you're not having fun playing with, then is that the friend you want? No. Get another friend. I mean, a friend that's wanting to help you is one thing, but if a friend that's telling you what to do and it's not right. Microsoft wants to cut their percentage to 12%. They're only going to take 12% from devs. I mean, that's a good thing. Maybe they're going to put out their own game launcher or something. Yeah, or I can do this, which is not even remotely complicated at all, and it works really well too, Kuba. What's the saying? Variety is the spice of life. I mean, this is far from complicated. I spammed a bunch of auras around with gas traps and threw a bunch of DSTs in the middle. That is not complicated. Well, you're going to have trouble with the Dryad and DD2 the higher you climb. So you got to add some stun in. The counter to Berserkers is stun. They're immune to slow. So DD2 is a game of countering enemies. So if you're trying to just use Dryad, you're going to struggle. That's just all there is to it. Yeah, the Defender Medal rewards are locked. DD2's not at that state, Rose. That's not a thing that's going to happen. Everybody needs to keep their expectations realistic for DD2 and be grateful for what we get. I keep saying that to people because people are expecting an awful lot, and it's not realistic by any means. So, I mean, literally any update we get, if we get the things that are already in the game that were never launched, I think that alone I would be completely stoked about. So, like, there's maps that they had already revealed that are already in the game files that they never launched. They could fine-tune those and get them up and running. And that would exceed my expectations big time if they did. Expecting it to turn into DD3 magically? Well, I mean, hopefully DDA is nice and profitable and we get a DD3. Of course, it's impossible to see the numbers for Xbox, but I did some completely not legit theory crafting based off of true achievements numbers of the number of players and the percentage of people that are, the percentage of Xbox owners that are registered to True Achievements website. And I think the Xbox launch brought them in about $1 million when you take out Xbox's cut. So, I mean, that's a nice chunk. Obviously, that's not big money in the game development world, but that's definitely a nice little influx of cash for sure. Well, yeah, server-based games are dependent on your connection and their servers. I've had problems the last couple of days getting connected to the European servers from the US. You know, I've got a lot of friends in Europe that play. I was trying to do some matches with them last night. I just couldn't get connected to the Europe servers at all. Like, would never even log into Tavern. So, I mean, that's server-sided games are server-sided games. It's got their benefits and it's got the downside. And then it's the same with peer-to-peer, really. I mean, somebody with crappy internet and a crappy machine hosts a game and you join the game, you're going to be lagging around because their connection is not capable of handling it, you know? So, I mean, the same thing can happen. Those types of things are actually less common on server-sided games. But when the server takes a poo, the server takes a poo, you know? What are some DDA Kickstarter rewards that have come out? All of the cosmetic items, the pet, the named enemies. What's left is the named weapons and armor, the Tablet of Legends or whatever it's called in Tavern. The soundtrack just actually shipped last week. Everybody should have the soundtrack in their email that did the Kickstarter and had it as a tier. So they're actually catching up on the Kickstarter stuff. I mean, it's about damn time. You ran into Humongous. Humongous is actually a longtime supporter of the channel. He's a big DD2 player. That's his in-game name, Humongous. That wasn't just him being clever. That's actually his in-game name. $362. That's pretty good militia boots. Pretty decent guard chest too. Not terrible. Not terrible. Bunch of junk for everything else though. Well, I mean, most of the supporter stuff is already there. There, Kuba, but I hear you. The tablet of Legends, unless they made changes to what they're going to do, is actually already there, but they don't have the names on it. This is it right here. So you'll be able to come over and click on that, and it will pop up the list of names. But yeah, all of the cosmetics are there, the pets there, I mean, it's easier to list what's not there now. What's not there is the named weapons, the named armor, the tablet, the Legends thing, and I mean, that's all I can think of off the top of my head, to be honest with you. I've probably done this map 200 times, Kuba, at least. RNG is RNG, man. I mean, I've done that map literally. 200 is an understatement. I've done it hundreds of times. All right, so we wanted to do these three next. So let's do Ancient Mines, Lava Mines, and then Alchemical Labs. This is where it kills me. I've done Ancient Mines Rifted hundreds of times, and I've got just nothing but trash tier loot the entire time. It's the one that gets me. Maybe we want gas traps too. I mean, I don't see why not, right? I don't think there's a need for a gas trap up on the bridge anymore. How many do we want to do? We got 42. So we could go what? Let's just go 3 more. That gives us 18 left. Decisions, huh? Go some, put some fire in here too. Did I leave room for fire? You can put 1 right there, I guess. Fire's always nice, right? You went to start the first map on Hardcore Rifted Insane and it launched Alch Labs? I don't know, maybe there's something buggy. No clue there. We're gonna have a bunch of DU left, huh? Five more. Dang it. Another flame burst would have worked in there if I would have planned for it. I didn't plan for it. I don't want us to lose the XP, though. What do we want to do? Let's do this. We'll put, we'll put a Splody right here. And then we'll throw a heal in, too. So everybody can be extra lazy. A hacker? I don't think there should be hacker servers. I think hackers should be forced to play offline. Hackers don't belong with anybody else. If you want to hack the game, that's the game to you, and I understand that. Like, a lot of people have fun doing that, and that's their enjoyment. So if that's your thing, by all means do it, but don't have it affect anyone else, you know? So you should never, if you're a hacker and you want to hack, that's fine. Keep that shit to yourself, though, and don't let it go into any other matches. So, I mean, that's my thought on it. I don't want to play with hackers. I'm not a hacker. And I don't want to be in a group with hackers, you know? I mean, the hackers that are smart do that shit offline anyway. They're doing it for their own personal entertainment and not doing it to try to manipulate other players or hurt the game's economy or whatever, you know? So, I mean, there's good hackers and there's bad hackers from that extent. I mean, if somebody just enjoys that kind of thing, breaking games, have at it. Well, there are no servers, so anyone saying that is just talking out their ass. It's a peer-to-peer hosted game. I mean, I haven't seen very many hackers at all, personally. And I usually have hackers gloat. Like, the hackers in DD2 send me screenshots all the time, laughing, saying, haha, I didn't get banned. So, I mean, I know that there's hackers there. Every game has them. There is no game that doesn't have people cheating or exploiting. It's the nature of video games. But you got to realize that just is the game for some people. They enjoy breaking the game more than they enjoy actually playing it. And that's all good. They just need to keep that shit to themselves. You know? I mean, there is no hacker server. So anyone who told you that is just straight full of shit. There's no server, period. It's peer-to-peer. But, I mean, that's going to go along with hackers that play public games. I think most of them are probably going to be full of shit. That's the problem, is you ruin your total gameplay value, Faustus, is really the main problem. You look at any game out there, if you cheat in the game, you're going to end up blasting through the game, and then you're going to be bored to tears with it, and you're not going to get as much playtime out of it. You know, that's the worst part. You know, you're gypping yourself by doing that. But like I said, I mean, I know people. I know some really good, awesome people that what to them, what is fun is finding ways to break the game, you know? But what they do is they report the things they find to to the game developer. They don't go around doing it all, you know? Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt there. I find challenge videos to be extremely dull, Eric. So, I've done them quite a bit in the past. And I find them very not fun. The problem with viewer-created challenge videos is people don't care if you're having a good time. They want to see you punished. That's it. They don't care if it's fun. You know, and I do. If I'm not having fun, I don't want to play a game. So that's the trouble with challenge videos. But yeah, I mean, I've done them lots of times in the past. I just find them extremely dull. You know, and everyone's first challenge is, do it all one hero. That's like the most boring shit ever. The game has got multiple heroes, for God's sakes. Why on earth would you want to do it with all one hero? You know, that just ruins all the fun. Heroes are designed to work together. You know, traps, auras, the EV. You know, I mean, stuff is designed to work in sync with each other. That's the fun for me. Finding out ways to create ungodly amounts of power by using defenses together properly. But yeah, anyway, I mean, if you got an idea for something and it sounds like it's fun to me, then I'll be all over it. But if it doesn't sound like it's fun to me, then I won't do it. There's not a limit. They haven't set a total limit, Kager, so we don't know. They said that there's going to be 2 new heroes every episode. They haven't said how many episodes there's going to be either. So 2 heroes, 4 maps every time there's an episode update. The first tower of each hero? That might be interesting. I'll keep that one in mind. See, you actually have good ideas there, Eric. I like your challenge ideas. You should have been around on the days where I did the challenge live streams. My Steam's friends list is full there, Caden. You can join my Steam group, !Steam in chat, join my Discord server. Right now, to add friends, I've got to delete others. So, I haven't really added very many people in many, many years. Basically, if it's not someone that is a content creator that I'm going to do a collaboration with, I don't really add anybody else anymore. Sorry, dude. Complain to Steam, tell them their friends list caps are bullshit, just to get you to use their stupid Steam leveling system to increase the cap. I don't want to play the game. I don't want to play the Steam achievement game. I want to play the game that I paid for on Steam, you know? I don't know why they do that to you. I mean, I understand having limits just for the database or whatever, but I mean, having the limit based on your achievement level is straight up bullshit in my mind. We don't know what the second hero is. The first one is the remade Dryad from DD2 called the Warden. The second one hasn't been revealed yet. The second one will be a brand new hero. So that's the deal. Each episode is bringing 4 new maps, 4 maps. 3 of the maps will be returning fan favorites. 1 of the maps will be brand new to the game altogether. And then 2 heroes. 1 of the heroes will be a returning fan favorite. And 1 of the heroes will be brand new to the game, or to the franchise altogether. That Rift Walker, I think there's probably a solid chance of that, Nitro, to be honest. I don't care what it is, to be honest with you. I just love the thought of a new hero. That's new. None of this, give me this from this game and that from that game. I mean, I got my favorites. I want my favorites to return to. But I want more new than old. The Riftwalker does sound cool. No doubt. Nothing worse than staring at a bunch of glowy shit on the ground while you're trying to look at your loot, right? What do we got? We got nothing good. Oh, actually, we got some godly gloves. Well, kind of a low roll, but I mean, they are usable. I'll take them. I've already done it like 3 or 4 times there, Skywar. That's not a video. That's an entire series, but I've already done it multiple times. The next one I'm going to do is with the 2 new heroes. I'm going to do a full playthrough with the 2 new heroes. Yeah, you can use a controller. Sometimes you got to enable... Steam is funny with the controller support. Sometimes you have to enable your controller in Steam. Other times you just plug it in and go. I don't really know why, to be honest with you. But Steam is funny about that. It is very funny. Very, very funny. Oop. Oop. We'll save that. I'm running out of space again. You got 15 pages, right? Well, I got 3 more pages to work with. I need trading to happen. I think that they will, Eric, but I personally am not overly excited about that. I love the tower defense aspect of the game personally, but I do think they will bring them in because a lot of people, it's a fan favorite. People love the barbarian. People love the gun witch. They just do. So I think that they will. Yeah. All right, let's get a little lava mines going on here. See if we can't get a drop here. These are tough ones, man. These are the maps that you really end up grinding. It's not those higher difficulty maps. You do the higher difficulty maps 100 times, you got a pretty good chance of getting a decent piece. These lobby maps, man, you can do this hundreds of times and not get crap. All right, Eric. Well, thanks for hanging out, man. Where do we want to go? I usually go over here. Yeah, the hell with it. We'll go over here. Yeah, man, these maps here are brutal. Make a yin-yang character? Well, I mean, what would be the... Like, what would be the defenses? What would the theme be? You know, other than balance. You know what? Let's do the top side first. What would the theme of a yin-yang character be? Or what would your idea be? Usually like to put walls up here on this one. Just because. Oh, wait, we don't have to come up here at all. We can just chillax. Chillaxing down over yonder. What's going on there, Shadow Shot Rainbow? A 10 tower character, the opposite of Barbarian? I like where you're going there, Nitro. I like it. The anti-barbarian has twice as many towers, no abilities. Oh, dude, that would be awesome. Even if it just was 2 extra. Or 3 extra. Say, say you had, I don't know, say your skill and your boost stat applied to 2 different defenses or something. I don't know what you would do, but I think that's a great idea, man. I'd be all for that. I'd play the living shit out of that. A Sergeant Slaughter hero? Oh, man. Can confirm Douglas is an old guy like me. It's all good, Douglas. I got your back, man. I got your back. Like how they're handling air units. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't complain if there was a Skyguard tower. It's Wake. Thank you so much for subscribing. I wouldn't really complain about that. About a Skyguard. Little sketch here, huh? I guess not. I'm gonna have to put it out a little further than that, though. I didn't put these together very tight. Oh, I remember Sergeant Slaughter. It's the funniest thing, man. I don't talk about my grandma very often, or my younger years. My grandma's gone now. But it's so funny. She's a little, I'm from Northern Ireland. I was born in Belfast, and we moved to the United States when I was really young. And, my grandma came with us, and she's she's 4 feet, about 4 feet 11. So she was a short little lady. Die-hard Catholic fan. Die-hard Catholic. She was very, very religious. And what's up, Jacob? And man, she loved professional wrestling. Absolutely loved it. So Sundays, way back in the day when I was a kid, the professional wrestling was on Sunday afternoons. And the first thing after mass, we'd get done with mass and we'd come home. Wrestling went right on the TV. Sergeant Slaughter and the Iron Sheik. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. You guys remember Jimmy? That dude, I'm surprised he's got any ribs left. I met, there's another funny story for you all. It's not a safe story for YouTube. So I will, let me heavily censor it. When I was in my later teenage years, I was a big concert ticket scalper. That's how I made a living. That's what bought my first car. I scalped concert tickets. And what scalping concert tickets entailed was camping out at the arena, usually either the Capitol Center in DC or back then it was called the Civic Center in Baltimore. Now it's called the Baltimore Arena, I believe. And I would camp out for concert tickets, and you'd be amazed at even way back in the day how much people would pay for front row seats to concerts. So, I mean, it was a whole organization going. I wasn't in charge of the organization. I worked for them. I was just I was a teenager. But they had like the crowd control at the arenas paid off. They had the ticket agent ladies paid off at the booth. And we just had to be there to physically buy the tickets. And, but yeah, like shit in like I want to say like in 1990-ish, maybe late 80s, I had front row seats to the big YouTube tour. Actually, no, I think Michael Jackson Thriller was the Thriller tour for Michael Jackson was probably my most profitable concert. Those front row seats were going for like $500, and this is in 1990 or 85 or whenever the hell it was. I made a bunch of money off that. But anyway, what I was getting at was we were at the Baltimore Arena camping out for concert tickets to some show. I don't even know what the show was. And there was a wrestling event going on at the arena that night. I mean, it was serious business camping out, so you had to camp out for many, many days in advance. You'd have to be up there for like 3, 4, 5 days in advance. And there was Baltimore is a big wrestling town or a big wrestling city. And there was a wrestling event going on at the Baltimore Arena, and the Iron Sheik comes out. Was it the Iron Sheik? No, it wasn't the Iron Sheik. It was Nikolai Volkov. Wasn't that a wrestler? Doug will know. Nikolai. He was like the Russian bear, Nikolai Volkov or something like that, I think was his name. Anyway, he was wrestling there that night, and he comes out, and the dude's completely American. The Russian accent is fake as all hell. He comes out talking like a Southerner. It was the Russian bear. I'm pretty sure it was Nikolai Volkov, the Russian bear. But he comes out, he completely is talking like a Southerner. The whole accent thing is complete bullshit. And he goes and plays the accent. He ended up hanging out with us for several hours. I want to keep this video safe for YouTube, so I'm not going to get into what all took place. But it was fun. I'll give you that. I'll tell you that much. It was something fun for a teenager to do. So yeah, man. All about grandma and the wrestling. I took her to her 80th birthday. I got her, I was already scalping concert tickets then. I got her front row seats to I don't even remember who it was. Probably Hulk Hogan and somebody. She was a big, the Hawkster was running wild. Hulkamania was running wild back then, Yeah, and safe for work as well. Indeed. But yeah, I took grandma I got her front row seats for wrestling for her birthday. She had a blast. Hulk Hogan still does stuff. He's like a million years old and heavily plastic surgeried now. But I think he still kind of does things. I don't know. I don't know what he does anymore, but I still see his name pop up every now and then. I don't know what he does these days. Wasn't he in a Rocky movie? Ivan Koloff. That's the one. I was close. Nikolai Volkov, Ivan Koloff. I had the syllables right. Or no, I didn't even have the syllables right. Ivan Koloff. Yeah, that's the one. It was good old days, man. When I was a little kid, Hulk Hogan was in Rocky 2. I thought he was in a Rocky movie. When I was a little kid, my grandma moved first. So, like, when we moved to the U.S. from Northern Ireland, we moved right in with Grandma, and we went to a wrestling match when I was little. This was before we moved here. I want to say I think I was like maybe 8 years old. My mom took me and my sister to a wrestling match, and walking out, I got somebody stole my another younger kid. I mean, teenager. But he came up and pushed me and grabbed. I had a pair of, we were in nosebleed seats. This was long before the ticket scalping, so we didn't have those front row luxuries. So we were in the nosebleeds, but so I had a little pair of binoculars. And we were walking out of the arena. I'll never forget this. I was so upset. We were walking out of the arena, and some teenager came up and pushed me and grabbed the binoculars out of my hand and took off running. And I went to try to chase him, and my mom grabbed me, and it's like, you are going to get your ass beat. It's like, but he stole my shit, Mom. I mean, obviously, that's not what I said, but it was something along those lines. But I wanted to scrap, He wasn't like a big kid. So, he was fast, though. I'll give him that. She's like, you would have run around that corner and he'd had 10 of his friends sitting there and they would have all kicked your ass. Like, yeah, that's possible. But how do you remove add heroes to your deck? If you're on PC, the basics will be the same on Xbox. But if you're on PC, you hit H. I can't do it right now. As soon as only 15 more mobs. As soon as the wave ends, I'll show you. All right, so you hit H, and then you would right-click a hero. Like, I screwed up here, so I need to change heroes anyway. I'm supposed to keep the Huntress in the deck for the Fusion Tower. So you right-click the hero and change hero, and then it pops this bad boy up, and you just go down to who you want and put them in the deck. They don't make there's a lot of things like that they could have made a little bit more user friendly. There's no date yet. My guess is it'll be here within 60 days. It'll be here within 2 months. Now, I hope it's here a hell of a lot earlier than that, but that would be my guess. Just based off of the info they're telling us for reveals. Figure there's a new hero yet to reveal. There's a new there's new features and game mechanics yet to reveal. And then figure another week after that will be like an overview synopsis, and then a week after that would be the update, something along those lines. So, I mean, the soonest I think it would be here would be a month, and the longest would probably be 2 months, would be my guess. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to play. There you go. Thanks, Brandon. We got baddies going upstairs. They ain't gonna make it. Nope, they didn't make it. They didn't even make it up the ramp. Dang. I hope it's a month too. I mean, I'm ready to play it, but at the same note, Chromatic has they've got a long, terrible history of releasing things that are incomplete. That goes back many years. Long before DDA was even thought of. So, hoping that they get everything in and get this one right. And it sounds like they're going to. So, I mean, I'm always optimistic, and I always get bummed out when the entire update's not here. But it sounds like they're going to give us everything that they're promising this time. Oh, for sure. I mean, the main thing I want is everything that's promised. I mean, there's going to be a bug or two, and I'm fine with that. Games have bugs. Bugs don't get found until there's thousands of people playing it. You know, a testing group can only do so much. So that part doesn't even mind me or bother me too much, but the whole feature thing, I want everything that's promised, you know? You said 4 maps, 2 heroes, new features. So when this update hits, I want 4 maps, 2 heroes, and new features. I don't want okay, the feature will be here next week. I don't want none of that bullshit. I want it all. Right when the update hits. And if I gotta wait an extra month to get it all, then I'll wait an extra month to get it all. But this whole, we'll get this in the next update. You know, we'll get that in the next update. We'll do this in a future update. No. Get that shit together and get it to me. You know? That's my main complaint, personally. What do we got? Come on, RNG. RNG says no. Ah, boo. I got a shit tier golly giraffe. And, I mean, I would have been stoked to find that mask when I was first hitting this map, but it's not going to do much for me now. Boo. Boo to the loot. There's a lot of games to play right now, y'all. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, Phil's a good guy. I give him a hard time all the time, but I'm just messing with him. He knows that. He's a good guy. He generally seems like a good person. $20 good lord. All right, let's kill us a demon lord, huh? Get rid of the poo. Rifted is, once you rifted, you just have to get over the hump, you know? It can be pretty rough, but once you get just one fusion defense set up, it becomes worlds easier. I'm gonna do some more playthroughs sometime soon. You know, so I'm gonna try to do that stuff live for the most part. So there will be more lower tier playthroughs. You know. Nightmare is when the fun starts, though. That's for damn sure. Console doesn't have the force ready option? Really? Yeah, definitely. All about just enjoying the experience, you know? I didn't realize console didn't have the ready option. I lost my Xbox, y'all. My wife said, nope, you're in a separate gaming room now. You are not going to have the Xbox in there. Where I used to stream and record and everything from the living room, I've got my own area now. And the wife said, nope. Mikey C. So my Xbox account hasn't been played in ages. Literally ages. I've been on the lookout for a Series X. You hold what, the left alt or control there, boing boing. It says on the bottom of your inventory screen. We'll show you all the shortcuts. Over on the left hand or on the right hand side of your inventory at the bottom, it shows you the controls. I'm very curious about the Switch, how well it's going to run, but I'm looking forward to it as well. All right, so this map, we don't really need any range. We don't really need any rate. So generally what I do is I usually switch over to a cat just to get a little bit more damage. We can throw a little heal up here for the boss fight. All right. So yeah, generally speaking, I will grab a cat. Yeah, that one will work. Good enough. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it on the Switch. My Switch doesn't get much action. I mean, I've got a PlayStation, an Xbox, fairly decent gaming PC, and a Switch. So, I mean, my Switch just never gets any action. What the hell happened to the core there? Not sure what happened, but that was player caused, I'm pretty sure. Because there ain't no mobs anywhere. You guys chillaxing on the core over there or something? Here's Smalls. What's going on there, Henry? You just got yours, so you have no games? I've got, oh shit. I've got a few games. Yeah, I don't know what went wrong here, but we started off right out of the gates in a mess on that one. I'm gonna get rid of that wall. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. No complaints at all. Little chill Sunday. Gonna have me a badass dinner tonight with the fam. Well, I don't know what happened to that core at the beginning, but there was no mobs anywhere near it, so I'm assuming somebody ran past and aggroed the sirens. But it's all good. Shit happens. It is not the end of the world. Will not be the first or the last time I ever lose a map, that's for sure. DD1 redo? It's super fun. The problem is I've just played so much DD1 that I want to play the newer games. But, I mean, if you're a fan of DD1, the Redux is pretty badass. I mean, they put a lot of work into it. A crap ton of maps. But yeah, I like the concept of it. Let's see. That'd give us one more DST, maybe. What do we want here? We want, yeah, that'll only give us one more DST. But, I mean, one more is better than no more. So we'll go 2 up front. Then we'll go 3 or 2 up front. We'll go 4 in the back and 3 up front is what I meant to say. Derp, 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 derp. And that leaves us enough for a shorty and a shorty reflect as well. Gonna be a little bit sketch here. Like we got them all. Grab some little traptor section back. And we should be good. Yeah, let me switch it back over to a speedy just in case. What's my favorite pet as a whole? Well, I mean, I can tell you per game. In DD1, it's the dice. The dice were added later by the community development team. But for those of you that know me or have known me for a long time, I worked in a casino for a large portion of my life as a craps dealer and then a craps pit boss. So, I mean, the dice pet are straight up me. Period. They just are. Not a DPS pet, obviously, but it's the best builder pet in the game. And then in DD2, it's Auto Meow. I mean, I use Dragolich more than anything else, but that Auto Meow pet is just the cutest damn cat ever. And it's got a good little animation to it. It's just, I don't know. I think the cat just looks amazing. And then in DDA, man, it's a tough pick in DDA. I think I would probably have to say that, well, as far as my favorite, as far as what I want to be good, would be that little wizard in DDA. I think if that pet had a faster fire rate and hit a little bit harder, I think that would be an awesome DPS pet to use. And it looks cool, and the projectile looks cool. There's a lot of cool in it. It just is too weak, you know? So, I mean, as far as like the form and function of the pet itself, that's my favorite one. But, I mean, as far as most used, it would be a steam robot, a cat, a gemstone, or a genie, you know? The little bomber is cool too, but the little bomber's problem is the same thing, but it's got a massive, massive layer of RNG on top of it. Like, there's supposed to be a chance to get a 3 projectile little bomber pet. That would be pretty damn cool if you got one of those. The steam robot is a beast. I mean, it's exactly identical to the Ramster and the Etherean in form and function. It's a melee cleave pet. But the steam robot's got a cool little animation. He just gets it, you know? Well, I mean, Nessie's new. So most Dungeon Defenders players don't know about Nessie. Nessie was entertaining for about 2 seconds until you realized you had to grind low difficulty content to get all the colors for hundreds of hours. I got the colors I wanted. I got an orange one because, you know, you got to have an orange Nessie. And then I got a pink one just to make Mayretha jealous because she couldn't get a pink one. What ideas do I have for the new pets? I wanted to do something better with some ranged pets is what I want to do. The dragon sucks now. As far as damaging pets go, the melee pets they're just superior. They just are. The dragon sucks now. The little wizard was never good. The little bomber was never good. I mean, if they changed the monkey to a range pet that flings poo, I'd be fine with that. Thanks a ton there, Eric. I don't currently. I've used to, for the majority of the life of the channel, I worked as a pit boss in casinos and as a trainer. I was a craps and roulette trainer. So I taught the classes to the dealers that came in. But currently, I just do YouTube and Twitch. See, how are we doing here? We're maxed there. Not too much DD2 content going on these days. There's nothing to do. They release an update with something to do, I'll be doing lots of DD2 content, but there's just nothing to do. Onslaught sucks. It's a shitty endgame system with broken mechanics. Until they come up with something else, there probably won't be much more DD2 content other than just casual fun, you know? You like event stages as a whole in any game, whether it be something like outright survival or like mini games? Yeah. I mean, that's always fun. That is indeed good times. They haven't talked about the new pets, but I think that that's kind of an assumed. DDA is very worth it. I mean, if you still got things to do in DD2, play DD2. You know, it's a great game. Nothing wrong with that. But, I mean, a lot of players have just run out of things to do in DD2. Grinding a game just to grind a game is completely pointless, you know? You should add an iPet as a reference to Terraria for the Warden. They should, but they're trying to separate from all that, it looks like. Got to remember that the Dryad in DD2 turned into a marketing thing, cross promoting with Terraria. But the Dryad was in the game long before then. The Dryad was in the game as back at the MOBA stages. So that was the Terraria. I mean, I think that Terraria crossover was absolutely brilliant. And Trendy or Dungeon Defenders definitely got the better end of the deal out of that because, you know, there's a lot more people playing Terraria than there is every Dungeon Defenders game combined. So it's pretty awesome that that even happened, you know? I guess the Terraria people actually reached out to the Trendy people, and that's even cooler, you know, to do that crossover. But the Dryad was in the game prior to that, just hadn't been launched yet. And it turned into the Terraria crossover. So I'm sure there's not going to be anything Terraria related in this one. What other games do I play? Right now I'm playing Path of Exile. I just got finished with my Diablo 3 season. I plan on playing Subnautica Below Zero leaves early access soon, like within the next couple of weeks. I plan on doing a playthrough of that, probably more than one. I'll probably do one on stream and one in edited format. The Rift Breaker is an upcoming game that I've got my eyes peeled on. Orcs Must Die 3 at some point this summer has got to be hitting other platforms. Well, there's a Dungeon Defenders event in Terraria now. What I mean as far as exposure, because remember, it's a marketing event. Dungeon Defenders got way more exposure out of that deal than Terraria did. That's what I meant by getting a return. A marketing event, there is no... It's two different groups of people trying to share their player base, basically. So it's marketing. It's advertising. That's all it is. There was no money paid or licensing, or there was nothing like that. It's just, it's a... You know... It was a cross-platform or a cross-promotion. But, yeah, clearly Terraria got, or Dungeon Defenders got way more exposure out of that deal than Terraria did. The little Dungeon Defenders event in Terraria is fun. What's going on there, Wonder? If you haven't played it, I would definitely encourage anyone playing it. You know, you get some different armor sets, and you get some turrets that you can drop down anywhere. You can bring them along with you and just throw them down on the ground. I know Omni used to like to do that. He would take the harpoon turret, and we'd be down in the mines mining or whatever, and he would drop his harpoon on the ground and just let it get it. There's Juicy. Juicy dead. Sorry, Juicy. At least he was rifted. Juicy butt in the air, head in the stair. Poor Juicy. Juicy got wrecked. There's nothing I don't like about the update. I don't really care for the character model of the Warden so far. The maps look cool. It comes down around to I'm a big DD2 player, you know, and DD2 the game had millions and millions of dollars of a budget and a massive, massive team to make all these badass custom animations and character models and everything. They just look really, really good. I don't think the stuff in DDA looks anywhere near as good. What's going on there, Omni? How you doing, man? How's the omniliciousness going on today? Jeez, man, this map is just a meat grinder. Just sitting and waiting. Just waiting. Well, it actually slowed the map way down because something happened with the way the mobs spawn. Yeah, I mean, the lane schedules definitely need to be tuned. Not just this map. There are other maps. Every map. Every map, the lane schedules need to be tuned. There should never be a break from enemies coming out if you're in an active combat phase, right? Nightmare's got some really bad ones. They may have patched them already. I don't know. I haven't played Nightmare in a long time, but Nightmare has got a couple of maps that you're waiting like a full 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the wave, every wave for skeleton or for the spiders to drop. But yeah, something happened with the lane schedules though, and they come out really, really slow. Tornado Highlands is the worst of all. No doubt about that. Shoot, I forgot to switch pets. Dang it. You guys need to come over here. You're going to get all those DSTs wrecked. You can't cause aggro to the DSTs. Oh, shit. No cat for the loss. God dang it. We're going to lose this. Everybody died. We got no walls. Shit, I can't get healed. No, we lose. You got to start off up top, y'all. I'll give everybody a Demon Lord tutorial here as soon as this is over. All right, this is what you do. First off, you don't ever go anywhere near the towers during the boss fight. You start off up here on one side of the furnace, and he's going to shoot that fire on the ground. When he shoots the fire on the ground, just jump and sidestep, and you're out of the fire permanently. So you won't have to worry about moving again until he shoots the fire again. Then he's going to do all of his animations. You just sit here and shoot at him, and you jump whenever he launches a fireball at you, and he won't ever hit you. Well, I mean, the siren shouldn't be hitting you unless somebody shot him. But yeah, then you just sit here and you jump and you just burn him down. Well, I mean, ignore sirens all the time. Unless you just want the loot and the gold. Yeah, it's public matches there, Christian. So anybody that wants can join. It's money farms, but it's just not very much. If you look at if you kill every siren and look how much gold you make, and then ignore all the sirens and look how much gold you make, it's not that much more. I mean, it is more. So, I mean, if you're trying to get gold, then yeah, but that's about the only reason. Well, I mean, it's AoE. Anybody could have hit him. There, Kedra. Once they aggroed, they throw in their shit, you know? All right. Let's see. What next? Let's try these Lobby ones again, because the RNG sucks so bad. I got time for one more, at least. Well, I mean, the best team comp for any game mode would be Monk, Huntress, and 2 anything else. Brandon! It is public. Well, it doesn't show public or private, but it is private. It's just full already. Thanks so much for becoming a member there, Brandon. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I put it on private? Well, I mean, the group's full anyway, but just every single match has been public so far. That's how the group got full. Here, I'll restart it. It's all public. Or I just put it on private out of habit, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's where all the people came from. I didn't invite any of these people. Well, block squires are not what they used to be. They were really good, but now it's kind of a... kind of a dead build. They killed it when they changed how the pets in the block work. I mean, it was, granted, it was ridiculously overpowered. So, you know, not trying to even deny that. But they could have just toned it down a little bit. He still does a good spin. You don't want to be in a group with a block squire, though. In my opinion, you want to be a group, because a block squire can't stay alive. So you want to be in a group with a squire that's a spinning squire. A spinning squire is going to put out some damage, where a block squire is not going to put out crap and can't stay alive. They killed the block, y'all. They did it. They just did it. Well, yeah, I mean, back in the day, that was the shit. You know? It was the meta early on because it was so OP. What did I do last time? So what, we need... Well, we need 4, 5, 6. That leaves 12. I wanted to get Flame Burst last time, and I didn't. All right. Put 1 just for a light show. I'm pretty sure we can't fit another one over here. I didn't build for... Oh, we can. And that should leave enough DU, huh? They got rid of it because it was too powerful. It's not that everyone liked it. Meta doesn't mean it's the most liked. Meta stands for most effective tactic available. But it was completely like cheating. It was so powerful. I mean, literally, you went into every map, you just held right click and blocked, became completely invincible, 100%, couldn't die, and you let your pet kill everything. It was beyond broken OP. So, I mean, I understand why they changed it, but What they did was they nerfed it into the ground. They didn't change it. They nerfed it into the ground. You know. Here we go. I like that build. 6 DSTs, 2 flame bursts. That is going to wreck some shit. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I mean, literally everyone was... Anyone who was having trouble completing the content, the answer was jump on a squire with a pet. That was the answer. I'm not using any mods on reflect beams anymore because they got nerfed into the ground as well. They're still usable, but they're shit in comparison. Oop, I guess we better shoot these mobs, huh? I forgot wave 1, you actually got to shoot mobs. So yeah, I use no mods on a reflect beam now, and I just throw an automation shard on it, and I use it up front for cyborgs, and that's it. Oh Jesus, it's over. I spaced out. I was no hands in it. Well, I mean, why are they not killing the core? Well, they killed all of our DSTs. Brotato? A ding dongler? So yeah, when I'm using reflect beams now, it's just cyborg protection. And all I'm doing is I throw it up front and let it play games with cyborgs. I guess that was not the right build after all. Well, it's just that wave 1. You gotta actually contribute wave 1. I mean, if you want to force the reflect beams to work, you can force the reflect beams to work. But they straight up got an 80% damage nerf. All right, Doug. It's all good, man, either way. That, and remember, your relic will pop right off of there and onto another defense. I would suggest you take your reflect beam relic, throw it on explosive traps, and go set the world on fire, because explosive traps were like the second strongest defense in the game before, and they didn't get nerfed, they got buffed. So explosive traps are the strongest defense in the game, period, in DD2. So take your reflect beam off, put it on explosive traps, go destroy the world. All there is to it, you know. There is no reason why that shouldn't have worked. I'm going to try it again. Well, I mean, that's... You had an incomplete setup anyway, so... It's not going to affect your build much at all. I had a healing last time. When you died, we lost range. Fair enough. I mean, I normally do this without striking at all. But wave 1... Wave 1, the mobs come, you know, so just gotta, we just gotta contribute a bit. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. Today I prefer DDA. There's stuff to do. There's nothing to do in DD2. I've already done it. I've played the game. I've experienced it, and there's nothing more for me to do. So, you know, I mean, each person's going to be their thing. DD2 is a more finished product today, but DD2 is done. It's a game that was developed for 8 years and has now got a backseat, you know, 1-person, 2-person development team working on it, and it gets an update every 2 years. So, I mean, there's plenty to do in DD2. If you haven't done it, go do it. It's a great game. But DDA is the future of the franchise. It runs better. The maps look better. The characters look worse. DD2 is done, Josh. It's over. They're going to get the small updates from the 1 person working on it. Well, I mean, it was around. It was in a playable state for 8 years. You know, I got my fill. I mean, I'm gonna play it if and when, or not if, but when they update it. I'll definitely dip back and play it. But it's like go back and play it for a week, and then go back to the new game. You know, for me, because it's a been there, done that thing. I don't want more ways to do the same old shit. I want new shit. You know. That's my biggest complaint with Warframe. Like every update in Warframe is, you know, new frame. Well, a new frame, all that does is it gives you more ways to do the same thing. I must be bored of it? No, I played the game over 10,000 hours, Josh. Have you ever played a game 10,000 hours? And if so, were you not done with it? Did you not complete everything? You know, you met all your goals, everything you wanted to do. I mean, there hasn't been new content. There's nothing new to do. There hasn't been anything new to do in Dungeon Defenders 2 in almost 3 years. 3 years. Not 3 months. Not 3 weeks. 3 years. So, yeah. I mean, I love the game. But the game is in cash grab mode now. It's over. I mean, it's going to get updates. It's going to get small updates that are going to entertain you for a couple of days, and then you'll be done. Then you'll be back either, well, I mean, for endgame players, you'll be either done or off playing a different game. It was awesome while it lasted. It lasted a long time. Considering it was a heavily hated game from the day it released, it lasted a long, long time. So people don't realize exactly how many people despise DD2. It is a shame because it's a great game. I mean, people didn't give it a chance, but on early access launch on Steam, the game one day hit 18,000 online players at a time. 18,000. It's only busted 1,000 online players maybe 5 times since then. You put about 40 hours into it. Fair enough. I mean, you know, back in the day, it would take a good 20 hours plus to go through the campaign, you know. Anyone that was a big fan of DD1 didn't like it. Not anyone. I don't want to generalize like that, but most players that are big fans of Dungeon Defenders 1 did not like DD2. And that's why in DDA, they're going back to the DD1 playstyle. Now if we can just get some of that juicy DD1 content, we'll get there. It'll get there slowly but surely. If you don't like DDA, that's fine. Don't play it. I mean, not everybody's going to like everything, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's called life. I don't like pasta with white sauce, and my wife loves it. And what does that mean? That means I have to eat pasta with white sauce. That's what that means. I like a white garlic clam sauce, I guess. I just don't like Alfredo type sauce. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. Take it easy there, Josh. Have a good night. Thanks for swinging by. This will probably be the last one for me here today, too. I got to get some recording going on. I haven't put out enough edited videos lately. I think I'm going to do a recording night tonight after dinner. I don't know what to record, though. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. What do you guys think? Should I start doing a side playthrough through a new game? Should I hit on one of the other games I haven't played in a while? I want to do Subnautica Below Zero, but that's getting the full launch update here soon. Well, I mean, that's already all on my channel, everything we know about the new update. Bloons TD6 is a great game. Try some Diablo. My season's already done there, Shadow Wolf. I play Diablo pretty heavily. I am very religious. Fortnite sucks. I've never played Battles, Bloons TD Battles. Monster Hunter, I can't stand the movement. I might try Monster Hunter Rise once it comes out. People are saying the movement and everything is a lot better. As far as Monster Hunter World, though, I could not stand the movement. I uninstalled it after about 30 minutes playing it. I've got a bunch of stuff to play right now. It's just deciding what to play, you know. I've already played Valheim. Valheim would be fun to do a playthrough with a group of friends, but I've already gone through that. You're the very first person I've ever heard categorize that as sick graphics, though. The graphics are pretty dumbed down in Valheim. Terraria, I don't think I'm ready for another Terraria playthrough yet. I've done it too many times. I'm going to do a modded Stardew Valley soon, but I don't even know what mods I want to use. No one's responding to the video. I put a video up asking people what mods they wanted to see. And it's got like 2 comments. I can tell you guys, though, well, there's, like I said, there's Riftbreaker that's upcoming. That's going to be literally 100% the best action defense game in 2021. There is no question about it. There is zero doubts. As far as like base defense type games, Riftbreaker is the shit. It is going to be really, 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 really good. You got Orcs Must Die 3. There's going to be massive Orcs Must Die 3 content on my channel. When Sword Art Online I've looked at before. just need it to come out. You know, I want it to release. I don't want to play it on Stadia. I want it to release on PC. So Orcs Must Die 3 is upcoming. What else is there? Let me open up Steam and look at just the games that I've been sitting on for a long time. Let me see. What do we got? All right, I've got... These are games I already have. A game called GO2, which I don't even know what it is. There's a new game called Tower Rush coming up. First Feudal, Siege Survival, Skyfleet, Evil Genius 2, Victorio, Space Otter Charlie, Mr. Prepper. Let's see, played that. Yeah, anyway, there's just an absolute shitload of games to play right now. See, Becastled, Dungeon Warfare 2, Nebuchadnezzar. I still haven't finished Dyson Spear Program. Oh, Everspace 2 has got an update coming out. Or it came out. Maybe it's on the experimental now. Everspace 2 is super, super fun. Maybe I'll do a little space pew-pew. I'm not sure. But anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for today. Thanks a ton for coming and hanging out. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Orcs Must Die 3 is already on Stadia. It had Stadia exclusivity for a year, and the year should be ending very, very soon. We're not ready for Demon Lord Hardcore Rifted. That's fair. I cheesed them with proton beams when I did it. So brutal. Anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.